Okay, so if you're here now and you're reading this, the likelihood is you have tried lots and lots of different ways to try and help yourself. Because there's something that all of us who have this real connection to our heart and our soul, we are always wanting to improve ourselves. We're always wanting to grow and develop, and so we are always finding ways to help, and we're always trying to find solutions and to try and better ourselves, to try and grow and expand. And that is naturally who we are. So the likelihood is, if you are here now listening to this, it's because you have been on a journey of a lifetime of all of that kind of stuff. And yet something still isn't quite clicking. And that's where this program comes in. So my background is that I started training and I became a counsellor in my early 20s. I went on to then train as a couples counsellor. I set up my own business. Went on to specialise in lots of bodywork modalities and well-being, then developed some NLP techniques. I became an NLP practitioner. And so I've done like all of these different sections all throughout my life, which I can now see as I sit here now, has been a culmination of mind, body, and more recently spirit, as I have learned some shamanic practitioner techniques. And there's one thing I know is that we can spend a huge amount of time and energy and resources trying to tackle each individual area of our life on its own. So we're unhappy with how we look. So then we jump on the latest diet, or we try and go to the gym regularly, or we look into having some Botox or fillers, or we try and look at all these different things. And so we put all of our time and energy and resources into that, and it might help for a little bit, but it doesn't stick and it doesn't quite fit. And so then we end up going back to how we were before. And then it's even worse than it was before, because now we feel like a failure because we've tried and it's not worked for us and it seems to work for everybody else. So we get caught in this cycle. And the one thing I know now with like every fibre of my being is that that's the really, really long, hard way to create change. The quickest and easiest way is to go directly to our heart, to our soul, that has the exact blueprint that is telling us what we need in order to live our most incredible, amazing life. And we go and do that and we follow that. And as a result of tuning in and connecting with our heart and our soul, it's like we don't need to do any of that individual stuff, because we get into the heart of who we truly are, and that permeates every single area of our life. So we don't have to sacrifice one area in order to be best at one. So I remember for the first few years of my business, I had the overriding belief that I had to give it 110%, and that I wasn't going to earn any money for the first 3 years anyway, but it needed to take everything from me. And guess what? It freaking well did. And relationships suffered as a result of it. I had zero social life. I had no support from any kind of friendship circle. My health suffered. It was like every other area of my life suffered as a result of the focus on the one and the belief that everything else needed to suffer in order to make that a success. So what I want to share with you today is that that's the really, really old, outdated way of looking at change and looking at each individual area of our life. it 100% is possible for you to have the optimum well-being, abundance, success, everything in every single area of your life. You get to have it all in every area. Okay? I promise you that. But you will only get that by tuning in, connecting with, living from your soul. Because your soul is unique to you, and so it provides the unique blueprint that you need to follow in order to get that in your life. Because what that looks like for you might be very different to what that looks like for me. And so the reason why, if you have tried different tools and techniques before, you've tried different diets, different workshops, you've read different books on the way to do things and it's just not clicked for you, it's because that's that person's blueprint, that's their way of doing it. And it might click for a few people around them who have a similar blueprint, but if that's not within you, then that's the reason why it hasn't worked for you. It's not because you're a failure or because you can't commit and all of this other stuff that we tell ourselves. It's just that that's not your blueprint. And this journey, it's not for the faint-hearted, but it is far, far easier and more effortless than all of that other stuff, than trying to tackle each of those areas and just thinking about all the time and the energy and the resources that goes into trying to tackle each area individually. Then when we can just drop all of that and go, do you know what, I'm just going to connect directly with my heart and my soul, and that's going to tell me the way. That's going to show me what I need to do in order to live my optimum life. So that's what this program is all about. We are going to be immersed in the energy, in the tools and the techniques and the teachings and the trainings that are going to guide you to your own unique blueprint. And once you're there and once you've found it, it opens up this literal whole new world. You start to see things very differently. The things that aren't supporting you, the things that are holding you back and keeping you stuck, fall away. And you get to walk ahead with a clarity and a confidence and a trust that it's going to work out for you, that whatever you choose is right for you because you are being guided from your soul. And your soul is always 100% of the time, always working for your highest good. It will never guide you to anything that is destructive for you. It will always guide you to what is best for you. So you can have 100% trust in yourself. And how incredible does that feel? Maybe you've never experienced at all in your life a time when you trust yourself 100%, when you can step forward with confidence and real clarity about what your next step needs to be. No more, how many freaking hours, weeks, months do we waste procrastinating, doubting, being unsure, saying we're going to do something and then not, and so much wasted time. And all of that gets to go because when you connect with your soul, you know. And it is this inner knowing that gives you a strength and a power like nothing else. And that's exactly what this program is about. So I'm not here to give you a 10-step process of do this, and you're going to live the life of your dreams. This is about me guiding you into dropping all of the baggage so that you can make this journey inward and you can connect with your own heart and soul. And then from that place, you will have access to the blueprint and you'll know the next step to take. So this will be totally individual to you. And yet there is a shared collectiveness about what that journey looks like and the sorts of things that tend to come up. And it's incredible to be able to share the journey with others who are like-minded and holding that space for each other. So that's my invitation to you, to be compassionate with yourself, to drop the I'm a failure if you have been trying all of this stuff for like many years and it's not worked yet. To know that there is a different way, there's a different journey that you can go on now that will open up the most incredible abundance and well-being for you in every single area of your life. And know that you do get to have it all, that you were put on this earth at this time in this physical reality to live it to the full, to live it to the best of your desire. And that is 100% possible for you, regardless of what your circumstances are at the moment. Okay, we get to create whole new ones, and that's like super exciting. So if this is resonating for you, then please do connect with me, and let's get you started on this journey to you living from your soul. I look forward to connecting with you very soon. Bye for now.